Hello and welcome to Max Intelligence. And today we are going to tune up our 1968 Sportster XLCH, and we are going to replace our coil, and I'm going to install a brand new high output condenser. Here we have three leads right here. We have two red leads and we have a black lead. Alright, I'm going to take off that red lead leading from the kill switch to the top of the insulator block right here. So let's pull that screw out of the way. Okay, now we'll set that red wire aside from the kill switch, and then I'm going to magnetize a small scribe that I have, and I'm going to pull out a little ball and spring right out, just like these two right here. Little ball and spring. It came out of this little tiny hole right there. Okay, so okay, now next after that, what we have to do here now is that we got to pull out the key switch next. Now, in order to pull out the coil, you have to pull out your insulator block and your key switch first. Okay, so let's pull out the key switch. Okay, I'll take a tiny screwdriver just like this one right here, and I'm going to insert the shaft of the screwdriver into the slot in the front face of the key switch. All right, then I'm going to pull the screwdriver all the way in as far as it can go, and I'm going to pull down on that spring clip you see right here. I'm going to press down on that spring clip and push it all the way down, and then I'm able to pull out the key switch. Just like this. Okay, next I'm going to pull out a screw that holds the insulation block in, and I have a little screw that I just pulled out of it right here, and that goes right down there, and you pull that straight out of there. Use a little tiny short screwdriver just like this one right here, and you pull that screw right out, and then you're able to release your release your insulation block and get the insulator block right out of the way. And I have my condenser a little bit still in the way here. I'm going to unscrew that just a little bit more and push it back a little bit, and then I'm able to pull the insulator block straight out of there just like this, and there it is right there. Okay, it's got that small hole drilled in there, and that's for that little ball and spring. All right, now I'm going to pull back the two set screws right here. Just pull them back around about a turn and a half each, and that should be enough to pull out your coil. Now, sometimes that you have a magnetic field still on the coil and you can't pull it out. So all you got to do is you turn over your engine about a half a turn, and that is going to release the magnetic field that is pressing against the post on top of your coil, and then you just pull your coil straight out just like so. Now when you when you put these set screws back in again, do not press too tight on your post. All you got to do is when you put your brand new coil back in, and all you got to do is just snug up these set screws, okay? Not too tight. Okay, I have a black tie wrapped around the spring of my points. I'm taking the tension off of it while I pull out that little screw that is holding in the red lead from my coil to the front of the points. So let's take the screw out of the front of the points here, and I'm going to release the black wire on my condenser and the red wire on my coil. So let's get the screw out of the way here first. Alright, now that I have the screw out, I'm able to release my coil from the magneto. Okay, next we are going to unscrew our older wore out condenser and get that out of the way. It's about 53 years old, so it's about time to change it out. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to replace this with a brand new high output type anyway. And there it is. Okay, let's talk about our insulator and our key switch right now. Okay, what we have here is that we have a key switch, we have the insulator block, and we have the screw and key, of course. Okay, let's take out the screw here, and we'll turn the insulator block upside down, and a little ball and spring is going to fall out of it, just like this. And then we have our key switch. Okay, now you see a little indent right on top of the key switch part right there, or that ball fits in that little indent when the key switch is turned off. And when the key switch is turned on, and then that ball contacts that little piece of steel right on the opposite side of that indent, right there. Okay, that's the off of when the ball sits inside the little indent right there. And then when you turn the key on, and then that little ball makes a little contact with that steel portion, and that what turns on your magneto. It's as simple as that. And then that little ball fits inside that little hole, and the spring goes on top of the ball, and then your kill switch lead goes on top of that screw right there, and you screw the whole thing down, and that's all you have to do. Okay, let's get back to our coil now. I have a rag stuffed down in front of the coil, down in front of the magneto, so I don't drop any screws down there as I'm putting the points back in place. As you can see, I have my points. Installed in here. And we'll install a brand new coil now. We have a brand new P20 coil with the springs. And I'll simply drop the brand new coil right down, all the way down inside the mag base here. Just like so. Alright, next I'm going to use the set screws, and I'm going to snug them up against the post on the new coil. I'm not going to tighten them down very hard either. I'm just going to snug them up a little bit, just so it holds the coil in place. Alright, just snug them up just like that. Not too tight. And that's all you need. Alright, please take a moment to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, guys. Alright, next we have our P6 high output condenser, and we'll put that in next. Okay, at this point, all you have to do is tuck away all your wires here and inside the magneto housing, so they're not sticking up, and just make sure they're nice and neat in there, and so your cap fits on there nice and snug, where it's not going to touch them. And we'll snug up our condenser wire right here. Okay, I have that black tie wrapped around the spring at the points, so it takes the tension off. So it's a little bit easier to put the screw back inside the points again like this. All right, now I'll snip this tie out of the way. And that's that. To push that condenser back a little bit more. It's too far forward. Okay, I'll take my screw and I'll tighten down the insulator block next and make sure that's snugged up nice and tight. Just like that. Next, our key switch is going in place. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make sure that I have the slot that's in the front face of the key switch is facing at it's 9 o'clock. Always make sure that that key switch slot is facing at the 9 o'clock, and we'll take our screwdriver and we'll put it into that slot of the key switch, and I'm going to poke around in there all the way back, and I'm going to push that spring clip in all the way as I push the lock all the way in. So I'm going to poke around in there a little bit and push that spring clip all the way in as far as I could as I push in the key lock at the same time until I seat the key lock all the way home, just like this. And that's all you have to do with that. Alright, next I'll take my little ball and spring and I'll insert that next, okay? Okay, I'll take that little ball and I'll drop it down first, right down the little hole there, and then I'll take my spring and I'll put the spring down next. Just like that. Alright, next I'll take my red kill switch lead and I'll tighten that down. Just like so. And I'll tighten the screw down and I'm all finished. And that's all to it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Ironhead content.